Hey everyone, it's great to be here. It's great to be in Toronto actually. I'm not from here, I'm just visiting from Ottawa. Yeah. Oh, you guys know it? It's really different here. I see things in Toronto I never see in Ottawa. It's crazy, crazy things. Like, I saw a guy walking down Queen Street buck naked. I saw someone doing lines of coke inside a McDonald's. And I saw people having fun. Never see that in Ottawa. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I come from a mixed family. My dad is Chinese, my mom is white, which is why I look Colombian for some reason. Think it's hard being mixed race, but I think it's pretty cool because this right here is the face of the future. Yeah. Racially ambiguous yet exuding white privilege. Some of you are looking at me like, this girl definitely does not have a cottage, but she does ask to speak to the manager a lot. That's my dog. So like I said, my dad is Chinese, and I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's really easy to disappoint Chinese dads. Yeah, like in my early 20s, I told my dad I was taking a break from school to travel and find myself. He did not get it. He was like, "You don't need to find yourself. You're right here. You should study more. Like your cousin Waikiki. Waikiki study 6-7 hours per day." I'm like, Dad, it's so unfair that you always compare me to Waikiki. Okay, she lives in Hong Kong. They have higher standards there. Also, she's 4 years old. Kind of insulting. So one thing that is hard about being mixed race is that I have to adjust to two different cultures, right? Like, for example, the Chinese side of my family, when we see each other, we never hug, we just wave, which sounds pretty straightforward, right? So I don't know how I always manage to mess it up. Like, the last time I saw my Chinese grandma, I just went right up to her face, and I did it. And afterwards, my cousin said that was extremely disrespectful, which, I don't know the exact protocol for an open casket funeral. Rest in peace, Grandma. Death is hilarious, you guys. So I like to joke about my dad and his side of the family, but the truth is he didn't raise me. My two older brothers and I lived with my mom growing up. She was a single mom of 3. Anyone else raised by a TV? Fresh Prince was a great mom. No, actually, it was hard for my mom. She did her best, but it's really hard for single moms, especially when it comes to dating. Like, I know my mom really felt like she had to lower her standards. Like, she would go for the kind of guy who had a mullet and a rat tail. You know, the kind of guy who was so lost in life, he couldn't decide on one single haircut? He's like, I'll get short, long, and rodent. You guys know what mullets are, right? Yeah, okay, because you don't see very many guys with mullets anymore. I mean, I'm sure there are still a few of them, like, running around Oshawa, but mostly they're extinct. So the point is that my mom dated some real losers, and you know what? It was hard for me, too, as a kid, getting used to mom's different boyfriends. Like, I remember one time, I went away to summer camp for a couple of weeks, and when I got back, Mom's new boyfriend, who I'd only met once because he was our mechanic, had moved in. So of course that was really weird for me that Mom's new boyfriend had a job. So crazy. But anyways, enough about my sad childhood. Let's talk about my sad adulthood, shall we? I'm single. Any other single people here tonight? Being lonely. And where are my relationship people at? Relationship people. Okay, you don't gotta rub it in my face. Yes, I'm also in my 30s, and it's different dating in your 30s versus your 20s. I meet a lot more single dads now, which some women aren't into, But I actually like dating single dads. I find them much more open and honest with their feelings than the married dads that I date. That's been going great. One thing that's really hard though is online dating. I gotta be honest, really tough. Before I go on, are you guys okay with dirty jokes? Yeah? Okay, because I've been keeping it pretty clean. Some guys like, yeah, it's been a long week. Okay, buckle up. Yeah, because something happened today, and, well, I'll just tell you what happened. So I went on a date with a guy who I met on Tinder, who turned out to be a gynecologist. And as a comedian, when comedy gold like that just drops into your lap, you gotta roll with it. But I did get to thinking while I was on the date that I would feel more self-conscious sleeping with a gynecologist, you know, because he's tended so many lady gardens. Like, I imagine having a gynecologist go down on you is a lot like having a chef over for dinner. You're worried he's judging what he thinks